So I got to ask something else. So something I noticed about you, it said you are a quote unquote certified negotiation expert. Is that bullshit or are you really legit certified?
I am certified.
Really? You can get certified?
There's classes for that.
No shit.
Yeah, and they're, you get extra, you get credits because every 2 years you got to renew your license. They got to make sure that you're keeping up to date with ethics and licensing laws that might change. So to save yourself going through the same class again, you can take these extra classes that go towards credit. So I took the CNE.
Gotcha. CNE, certified negotiation
and
expert.
it was, it took a couple of days, but it was very worthwhile. It was just little nuggets on what to do when you're having a conversation with another agent about the negotiations, the nitty gritty, the back and forth, and what to say and what not to say.
What to say and what not to say. Yeah. What's like? Okay, so give us a little crash course in this.
So the biggest thing is listening, and posing a question. I know, like asking the question just to try and get some information out. But once you ask it, just shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen.
Yeah.
But should you be listening for something?
Well, it depends because you could be we're negotiating all the time. Everywhere we go, we're negotiating.
Are we negotiating in this conversation, you think?
Possibly.
Maybe.
We could be negotiating something in the future. We could be. So especially with a seller, like again, it goes to this, you don't want to be very direct. Sometimes you want to have like questions that open them up. If you say, hey, will you sell at 1.2? They're like, no.
Right. That's very direct.
The conversation over.
Yeah, that's a shitty way to approach it.
If you have questions that are lateral questions that kind of
go sideways, right?
Go around the frontal questions.
Yeah.
That are very yes and no. We'll get them talking, and then
more open-ended
questions about why they need to sell, or where they're thinking of moving to, and just let them talk, and then they start complaining about this and that, and you start agreeing with them, and why they think the market's bad, but you just listen, and they can give you some certain information about like a divorce that they're going through, or pain points or whatnot. So there's always information that they're giving out. And that's one of the keys is just to listen.
That's good. So you're a negotiation expert. Yo, John, if you get kidnapped again, dude, we know who to get you out of this, who can negotiate your rescue.
All right. Then I won't be like last time.
I think you're screwed. I think you're screwed there, buddy.
Yeah. No. No, it won't be like last time. You'll get him out of the trunk of the car, right? Last time you were in that trunk for a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, got pretty hot in there, but...
We just went through a deal there, and there was a
hostage situation.
Yeah, it was a hostage. Worked out okay. There was a battle over something really, really small between the buyers and the sellers over like a home warranty, and it was potentially going to break the deal.
Oh shit!
But we stood our ground and just said nothing.
As buyers.
So you just held our ground.
Let them talk.
Maintain a stance and let them talk and spin around and worry, because you have to understand your position in a negotiation too. It's like,
okay, what does that mean?
Well, if you're the buyer or the seller,
okay,
like for the product as well, it's like you got to know your strength, especially if there's a particular product that a seller is trying to sell that's vacant and they're paying, monthly fees on and insurance and all.
You got to buy the balls a little bit.
Yeah, we're a genuine buyer, so it's like know your value.
Right. And that's very valuable to a person.
And make sure you understand that all the way through, and don't let them kind of push you around. Now, if it's like a single family home that's got multiple offers, your power is curtailed somewhat, because there's like two other guys who are clamoring to get knock down the door and buy this place. So you're, as a seller, the negotiation shifts. Then the power becomes more on the seller side. So you just understand like all the
where you are in that dynamic,
right? And then
it'll change the way you respond.
It will, and it could change throughout the deal. It's such a generic thing to say, but it's case by case, But it sounds
like it's deal by deal, but also in a deal, it's changing moment to moment as well, depending on where you are in that negotiation.
Correct.
So in the initial part, it might just be getting the seller to see his place is vacant, that you're a genuine buyer. But once he's on board, if there's a new issue, then you got to be like, oh, wait.
Well, you got to, yeah.
We may not be standing on both feet in this part of the negotiation.
Right, because the people who were thinking about buying it too, they've gone off and bought something else, and now you've really got to hold on to this buyer.
Ah, I got you.
You know, there's shifts like that, market timing. Like there could be, you know, people worried about coronavirus, and you know that now the markets. I just saw the market today is like 6 days in a row. It's like shitting the bed. And,
yeah, you see that?
Well, I don't even know what it is right now, but it was like 10 minutes after the open, it was down 450 points.
Today?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I haven't seen it since.
It's been a rough week for the Dow.
It has. So, but you know, people's 401ks are going to get hit.
That's right.
And they might be pulling their down payment from that. So it's like there's a lot of psychology. There's a huge psychology to well, you remember trading like on the floor, and that's probably where you could sense it, you can feel it, you can cut. Like,
and if we didn't mention it before, you were a trader on the grain. You were
in the grain room. In the grain room, I worked for O'Connor and Company. Down in the bean pit and the corn pit and the wheat
bean
pit.
pit and the corn pit
and the wheat pit as well.
And the wheat pit.
Yeah.
It was regular straight futures or options.
Futures. Straight futures.
Okay, gotcha.
You could sense like when the room had turned, when it became from buyers into sellers,
right?
And it's palpable. Like you can sense it in a deal as well. And when you have like something that's very sought after, like you know, we were up in Bucktown. We just put a house on the market. Like it's a very popular area, priced really well, and you know the floodgates open. It was just multiple buyers that.
Oh, is that right?
During the open house, and you have the power.